If you're over 62, there's a harsh truth most people won't tell you. Every year, your financial health is quietly eroding. Not because you're careless, but because the world has changed. Elderly person opening bills at a kitchen table. Groceries being scanned, prices looking high. Looking at a bank statement with concern. Retirement used to mean comfort, stability, peace, but today's senior faces silent traps. Rising inflation, fragile savings, medical costs. Even adult children who need help. Graph showing prices increasing over time. Piles of paperwork, medical bills, inflation headlines, and the saddest part. Most seniors don't realize these traps until it's too late, but you're not helpless. You just need to recognize the 7 biggest financial traps that quietly drain your wealth after 62, and learn how to outsmart them. Trap number 1. Relying only on Social Security. Let's be honest, Social Security was never designed to cover all your expenses. It was meant to supplement, not substitute. But for millions of retirees, it's become their only lifeline. Check labeled Social Security benefit arriving in the mail. Elderly couple looking stressed while budgeting. Caption: average monthly benefit, $1,850 as of 2024. The danger: you're living on a fixed income in a world of rising costs. Rent, utilities, food, medication all climbing. Your Social Security, on the other hand, rises just a little, and sometimes not at all. Woman choosing between paying for prescriptions or groceries. Someone turning down the thermostat to save electricity. What happens if you depend only on it? You get stuck in survival mode. You can't afford surprises. One medical bill, one car breakdown, and you're in crisis. Many seniors feel shame asking for help. But relying only on Social Security forces you to make painful choices every single month. How to avoid this trap? Diversify your income streams. Even small extras matter. Think pension plans, part-time work, passive income like rental or dividends. Delay claiming Social Security, if possible. Every year you delay past age 62, your benefit grows by roughly 8%. Waiting until 70 can increase your monthly check significantly. Turn skills into side income. Are you good at sewing, teaching, writing? Many seniors earn online from home, man tutoring online via laptop. Woman selling handmade items on a local Facebook group. Simple chart showing Social Security growth from 62 to 70. Relying only on one income stream at this stage in life is like sitting on a one-legged chair. It won't take much to knock you over. You worked too hard for too long to spend your golden years barely scraping by. You deserve a plan that gives you dignity, not dependency. Trap number 2. Ignoring inflation's silent impact. There's a thief in your life, one that robs you quietly, slowly, and legally. It doesn't break into your home. It breaks into your buying power. Its name is inflation. Grocery prices into thousand versus today. Elderly man handing over more cash than expected at a store. Receipts with high totals and only basic items. 10 years ago, $100 bought you a full cart of groceries. Today, it barely covers a handful of essentials. And that's the danger. You don't see it happen all at once. $1,000 today won't stretch the same in 5 years. And if you're living on a fixed income, you're falling behind every single year. Simple animation. Value of $100 shrinking year by year. Caption: at just 3% inflation, your money loses half its value in 23 years. The hidden cost of doing nothing, most seniors assume. As long as I don't spend more, I'll be okay. But the truth, even if your spending stays the same, inflation increases your cost of living without your permission. That means your retirement savings lose value. Your pension loses value. Even your emergency fund loses value. Medical bill with an increased copay. Utility bills from 5 years ago versus now. Someone saying, when did eggs get so expensive? How to avoid this trap? Keep some money in growth-based assets. If everything you own is sitting in cash or under a mattress, it's shrinking. Safe, inflation-beating options like index funds, dividend stocks, or inflation-adjusted bonds can help protect your buying power. Budget for tomorrow's prices, not today's. Plan as if gas, food, and services will be more expensive next year, because they will be. Revisit fixed incomes often. If you have a pension, annuity, or trust, make sure they include cost of living adjustments (COLA). If not, consider how to supplement them. Simple chart: $1,000 in 2020 versus $1,000 in 2030. Person reviewing retirement account with financial advisor. Caption: savings should grow, not just sit. Inflation doesn't care how carefully you budget. It doesn't care how frugal you are. It keeps rising, even when you stop earning. You can't fight what you don't see, but once you understand inflation, you can make smarter, stronger decisions that protect your future. Trap number 3: helping adult children at your own expense. As parents, we never stop loving our children. No matter how old they are, the instinct to help, to support, to give never fades. But there's a painful truth many seniors overlook. Helping your adult children financially without boundaries can silently bankrupt your own future. Elderly woman handing money to a 40-something child, checking account balance shrinking. Stress on the face of an elderly man reviewing bills. You've already raised them. You've made sacrifices. Now, this stage of life is meant for your peace. But when adult children come back with their hands out again and again, it's your security that gets put at risk. Overlay. Caption: 1 in 3 seniors supports adult children financially. AARP study. Montage: seniors skipping vacations, downsizing homes, delaying healthcare. The emotional guilt trap. It's not always about money. It's about love, guilt, responsibility. You think, if I don't help, who will? But here's the harsh reality. If you drain your savings now, no one will be able to help you when you need it most. Woman gave her son $50,000 to get back on his feet. 3 years later, she had to sell her car to pay for a medical procedure. He never paid her back. Senior cutting up a credit card, bank account dropping after a large withdrawal. Emotional mother watching her grown child leave her home. How to avoid this trap? Set loving boundaries. You can say, I love you, but I can't afford to support you financially anymore. Helping doesn't always mean giving money. It can mean guidance, advice, or encouragement. Use the fixed budget rule. Decide how much, if any, you're willing to give per month. Stick to it. Treat it like any other bill with limits. Consider the long-term impact. Every dollar you give away now may be a dollar you'll need for housing, medicine, or emergencies. Parent gently talking with adult child about limits. A notepad with monthly budget, family help, $50 max. Caption: your future matters too. Seniors often say, I just want to help my kids have a better life, but the truth is, the greatest gift you can give your children is not money. It's showing them what wise aging looks like. You deserve to retire with dignity, not dependency. Support your family with love, not your life savings. Trap number 4: underestimating healthcare and long-term care costs. We all know health is wealth. But most people over 62 still underestimate just how expensive staying healthy really is. It's not just doctor visits or medications. It's surgeries, it's long-term care, and often, it's the quiet costs that creep up without warning. Senior couple reviewing a stack of medical bills, nursing home with pricing breakdown. Pharmacy shelves and rising prescription prices, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, nearly 70% of people aged 65 or older will need some form of long-term care. That could mean in-home assistance, an assisted living facility, or a full-time nursing home. And guess what? Medicare doesn't cover most of it. Average monthly costs in home care, $5,000 plus. Assisted living, $4,500, $6,000. Nursing home, $8,000, $12,000. Caption: one illness can wipe out years of savings. The illusion of Medicare safety. Many seniors believe Medicare will cover everything. But it doesn't cover dental, vision, hearing aids, or long-term care. That means these out-of-pocket costs can become crushing without proper planning. Imagine needing a caregiver for just 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. At $25 an hour, that's over to $1,000 a month. And if that need stretches for years, your retirement could drain like water through open fingers. Visual examples: pill bottles with price tags. Caregiver assisting elderly person, insurance denial letter. How to avoid this trap? Look into long-term care insurance early. The earlier you consider this, the cheaper the premiums. Even a basic policy can protect you from massive care costs later in life. Set up a health savings fund. Just like an emergency fund, this is specifically for medical expenses. It helps avoid dipping into your primary retirement funds. Understand Medicare's limits. Get familiar with what Medicare does and doesn't cover. Consider Medigap or Medicare Advantage plans to bridge gaps. Calendar planning around insurance policies. Spreadsheet tracking health expenses. Senior attending a free Medicare seminar. It's not a matter of if you'll need healthcare support. It's a matter of when and how much. Preparing now means avoiding crisis later. You spent your life earning, saving, and building stability. Don't let unexpected healthcare costs take that away. Plan now so your future stays in your hands, not in a hospital's. Trap number 5. Keeping too much in cash or low return accounts. After 62, many people become more cautious with money. And that's understandable, but here's a silent trap most don't notice. Keeping too much of your savings in cash or in accounts that barely grow. It might feel safe, but in reality, it could be making you poorer every single year. Pile of cash sitting idle on a desk. Elderly man looking at a bank statement, showing 0.01% interest. Side-by-side animation, savings versus inflation over 10 years. The safety that slowly costs you. Let's say you have $100,000 in a regular savings account earning 0.5% interest. Now factor in inflation, which is often 3 to 6% or more. That means your money is losing real-world value every year. You're not growing richer, you're growing quietly poorer. Inflation over 10 years versus interest earned in a low-yield account. Buying power decrease animation. Your money might be safe from market risk, but it's not safe from inflation erosion. Why seniors fall into this trap? Many retirees grew up during times when bank savings accounts had high interest rates. In the 80s, savings could earn 8 to 10%. Today, those numbers are long gone, but habits remain. And with fear of market crashes, many seniors lock up their money in low-yield vehicles out of fear. Unknowingly choosing stagnation over smart growth. Flashback-style visuals, 1980s versus modern bank ads. Worried senior withdrawing retirement money after market news. How to avoid this trap? Diversify based on your age and needs. Not everything needs to go into risky stocks. But consider safe, income-generating options like dividend-paying stocks, index funds, or annuities. Speak to a fiduciary advisor who understands senior-specific planning. Use a 3-bucket strategy. Cash for emergencies. Moderate risk for 5 to 10-year goals. Growth assets for long-term legacy or protection from inflation. Reevaluate every year. Don't set and forget. The world changes, so should your strategy. Animation of 3 buckets labeled emergency, moderate growth, long-term growth. Spreadsheet planning between bank interest and mutual fund gains. Senior speaking to advisor. You've worked too hard to let your wealth shrink in silence. Let your money do what you did all your life. Keep working smartly. Cash is comforting, but comfort without growth becomes a trap. Be wise, be strategic. Because every dollar should be serving your future, not sitting still. Trap number 7. Not adjusting lifestyle to your new income reality. One of the biggest reasons seniors quietly lose money isn't scams or inflation. It's living like they're still earning a full paycheck. Retirement is a different financial season. But many keep old habits, dining out often, traveling spontaneously, or supporting others beyond their means. Senior couple paying bills and looking stressed. Flashbacks, cruise brochure, big shopping trip, adult child asking for help, the cost of not adapting. If your income is fixed but your expenses stay flexible, you'll run out of money faster than you think. And once your savings are gone, they don't come back. How to fix it? Create a realistic monthly budget. Match it to your current income, not your old salary. Downsize or cut luxuries. Smaller home, fewer subscriptions, simpler routines equals peace of mind. Be honest about what you truly need, because at this stage of life, freedom is worth more than luxury. Closing line. You've earned your rest. Don't let old habits steal your future. Adjust with wisdom. and you'll enjoy more peace, not less. Trap number 6, falling for scams and too good to be true investments. You've spent decades working hard. You finally reach retirement. You want to protect your money, maybe grow it just a little more. And then, someone comes along with a can't-miss opportunity, a guaranteed return. A hot investment tip, something they claim is safe, but better than anything the bank can offer. And just like that, years of savings can disappear. Because scams don't always look like scams at first. Phone call from fake financial advisor. Glitzy marketing material showing 18% guaranteed return. Senior couple crying over lost savings. Why seniors are targeted. People over 60 are among the most targeted age groups for financial fraud. And there's a reason for that. Scammers know seniors often have retirement savings, want safety but still desire small growth. May be lonely or overly trusting, and worst of all, they prey on your hopes. Overlay stats: $3 billion is stolen from seniors every year due to financial scams. FBI. List of scam types: Ponzi schemes, fake crypto, romance scams, charity frauds. Common red flags of a scam. This is a limited time offer. Act now. Guaranteed returns, no risk. Don't tell anyone, it's a special insider deal. We only accept payment via wire transfer or gift cards. I'm from the IRS, bank, police, you owe money. Scam emails, pop-up ads, impersonation phone calls. Zoom in on no-risk fine print and fake testimonials. How to avoid this trap? Slow down. If something feels rushed, it's likely wrong. Never invest on the spot. Always take 24 to 48 hours to think. Research the person and company. Search their name with the words complaint, fraud, or scam. Look them up on government websites like the SEC or FINRA. Talk to someone you trust. Always discuss offers with your spouse, family, or a licensed financial advisor. A real opportunity will still be there tomorrow. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Elderly person checking FINRA.gov. Split screen, fake investment versus real financial education. Warning signs flashing in red next to scam messages. They don't just steal your money, they steal your peace, your trust, your future. Guard your savings like you would guard your grandchildren. Because no one deserves to lose everything to a smiling thief. How to avoid this trap? Slow down. If something feels rushed, it's likely wrong. Never invest on the spot. Always take 24 to 48 hours to think. Research the person and company. Search their name with the words complaint, fraud, or scam. Look them up on government websites like the SEC or FINRA. Talk to someone you trust. Always discuss offers with your spouse, family, or a licensed financial advisor. A real opportunity will still be there tomorrow. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Elderly person checking FINRA.gov. Split screen, fake investment versus real financial education. Warning signs flashing in red next to scam messages. They don't just steal your money, they steal your peace, your trust, your future. Guard your savings like you would guard your grandchildren. Because no one deserves to lose everything to a smiling thief.